Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Calabasas City Council meeting of February 11th, 2026. It is 7 p.m. and we are starting. Tonight, I'm joined on the dais by the entire council, Mayor Pro Tem Albrecht, council members Crouch, Shapiro, and Weintraub, as well as city staff. And if you'd like to provide public comment, I would remind everybody that you do need to fill out a public comment speaker card in the back and indicate what item you'd like to speak on. And if you need hearing assistance devices, you can request one from the city clerk. So we're now going to have the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mason DeMatteo, Deputy DeMatteo, please lead us.
Please stand, remove your hats. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Can we, Christy, can we get this is not the correct slide for tonight. All right. All right. So now we're going to have a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, Shapiro and Weintraub. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Report on closed session, City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. We did meet in closed session to discuss the 3 items listed on the closed session agenda, 2 matters of existing litigation as well as 1 matter of anticipated litigation. No reportable action was taken on any item.
Thank you. We'll now turn to presentations, and we will go to item number 4, which is Sheriff's Crime Report from December of 2025. Deputy DeMatteo.
Good evening. I am Deputy DeMatteo of the Los Hills Sheriff Station, and I have the crime report for December 2025. There was a total of 20 Part 1 crimes in December. Part 1 crimes were down 17% compared to December of 2024. Now let's get into it. We had 1 robbery. This incident occurred on Parkmore Road. A Reseda resident punched an Amazon driver in the face and stole his cell phone. That suspect was located and arrested. We had 2 aggravated assaults. One incident occurred on Las Virgenes Road, just north of Mulholland Highway, after a traffic collision. The party at fault in this collision exited his vehicle and pointed a firearm at the other party. He was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, criminal threats, carrying a loaded firearm in a vehicle, and driving under the influence. The other incident occurred at the Courtyard Shopping Center. 2 individuals began arguing during a road rage incident. During the argument, the victim sustained a small cut to his wrist. The suspect was located 2 days later and arrested, with the assistance of Flock, may I add. We had 1 sexual assault. This incident took place at a memory care facility and involves 2 elderly patients at that facility. The case is being handled by Special Victims Bureau. 2 residential burglaries. 1 burglary occurred to a unit in the Avanti residential complex while the homeowner was out of town. And then the other burglary occurred to an apartment in the Meadow Creek area. We did have 2 commercial burglaries. 1 burglary occurred to a restaurant on Las Virgenes Road, and the other occurred to a business on Mulholland Highway. We had 2 vehicle burglaries, 2 thefts from unlocked vehicles, 3 grand thefts. 1 of those grand thefts occurred outside of an apartment on North Las Virgenes Road. The item stolen was an electric motorcycle, one of those e-bikes. The victim's neighbor was able to get a video of the suspect in addition to the suspect's license plate. That case is under investigation by Los Hills detectives. We did have 4 petty thefts, and that ends my report. Any questions or concerns? December of 25.
Anybody have any questions or concerns?
Just thank you as always.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are now going to council announcements. Why don't we start, Ed, do you have any announcements?
Thank you, Mayor. No particular order. We've got a Valentine's Day bingo, just to make things start off a little light. It's taking place at the Senior Center this Friday from 2 to 4. And for those seniors that have participated in the past, they know it's a lot of fun. It's usually very, very well attended. Calabasas Environmental Commission has an upcoming event, and it's called Butterflies in Bloom, and that's on Thursday, February 19th. From 6 to 8 p.m. It's an annual, it's at Founders Hall, and I can tell you it's going to be an enlightening because we have a butterfly bush in our backyard. I didn't know that until about 2 years ago, and we're getting butterflies left and right. So it's pretty amazing. It does work, and it might be interesting to attend. And then lastly, Mark, I'll give you a heads up on this one because it's the Chamber Luncheon coming up, which is on February 26th regarding the topic will be the city's sales tax tax incentive, and that'll be from 11:30 to 1. That's my report.
Peter?
Just want to let the public know that the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District is putting on a WaterWise landscaping workshop. You can find information about that at lvmwd.gov. But that'll be tomorrow from 6 to 7:15 p.m. If you want to check out that Las Virgenes Municipal website, you can register for that workshop there.
Alicia?
Sticking with Valentine's Day, on Saturday, February 14th at the Calabasas Bark Park on Las Virgenes, there will be an event called Smooches with Pooches, and it's free for all ages, no registration required, and there'll be activities for you and your pup.
David?
Most of mine were taken, so thank you to everyone. I'll just wish everybody a happy holiday. Monday is President's Day, so have a great long weekend.
Thank you, and the only one that hasn't been taken that I had on here was the annexation issue. Earlier this week, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors voted to accept the tax sharing agreement of Craftsman's Corner, a quarter of a square mile area north of the city that is unincorporated. And what that means is it may now proceed to the formal proceedings of an annexation vote, which will be conducted by the Los Angeles County Formation Commission, or LAFCO. So we hope very soon to have that area annexed into the city. It was originally supposed to be part of the city. It was taken out at the last minute, and 35 years later, we hope to annex it. So we'll move on. The next item is going to be public comment. Now is the time for the general public comment. Anyone who wishes to speak on a matter that is not agendized may fill out a speaker card. Please indicate your name and city of residence. You will have 3 minutes or less to address the council on an item not otherwise agendaed that is pertinent to the city's business. So I have one card, and that is Mark Levinson.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Mark Levinson. I'm a resident of Los Angeles. I'm the immediate past chair of the Chamber of Commerce. And this month we have a very, very important luncheon. As Councilman Shapiro already said, it's an opportunity, it is sponsored by the city. It's an opportunity to meet with representatives of the city council to learn more about the proposed tax increase, where you can ask questions in person, and it's not a lecture, but rather an interchange of ideas and questions, and I urge everyone to attend who is impacted in any way about the proposed tax. And my second thing this morning is I would like to introduce Brian Surges, who is a member of the Chamber of Commerce and a realtor here in Calabasas. Brian.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me. Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Brian Sturgis. I'm a local real estate professional with Rodeo Realty Calabasas and founder of Lux California Homes. I provide real estate services to buyers and sellers with focus on investor-oriented transactions. I also specialize in serving clients age 50 and over as a senior real estate specialist. In that role, I help clients navigate buying, selling, downsizing, and major life transitions with careful attention to financial, legal, and lifestyle considerations. Over the years, I've invested in real estate myself, including fixing and flipping homes. And when I first began investing, I handled most of the work personally. That hands-on experience gave me a realistic understanding of costs, timelines, and risk, and allows me to advise investors from real-world experience, not just theory. I live and work in Calabasas with my wife and our 2 children. I am deeply invested in the community as a member of the Calabasas Chamber of Commerce and the Calabasas Rotary Club. I see my role not just as a real estate professional, but as a resource for homeowners, investors, seniors, and the Calabasas community as a whole. Thank you for your service and for the work you do to strengthen the city I'm proud to call home.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I have no other speaker cards, so we will move on to the consent calendar, which is items 5 through 9. Would anyone like to remove anything from the consent calendar?
Just for purposes, I guess, of acknowledgement or congratulations, item number 8.
8?
Mr. Mayor, I assume you would.
Okay.
Thank
Anything else? Do you want to do that now?
you. Or, sure, be happy to, unless you wish to. I don't.
No, I
Okay.
don't wish to say anything.
I was just going to acknowledge and congratulate those members appointed to the Mayor's Youth Council by the mayor, Mayor Bezagian and Mayor Pro Tem Albrecht, who were in charge of this process. So congratulations. Looking forward to a great year.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Second.
Albrecht, Kraut. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, it passes unanimously. We are now going to move on to new business. This is an amendment, item number 10, to contract between the Board of Administration of the California Public Employees Retirement System and the City Council of the City of Calabasas. Our Chief Financial Officer, Ron Allers, will present the report.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. This is the second time that the council is being requested to act on this amendment. So before you tonight is a resolution. You actually approved a resolution at your January meeting. That resolution was rejected by CalPERS. And so tonight we are I'm requesting council adopt the official CalPERS provided resolution of intention to amend the contract. I would ask that that would be done as a separate item and then to vote on to the ordinance. The ordinance is the actual approval that CalPERS requires to amend the contract between the city and CalPERS. What this amendment does is provide 2 years of additional service credit to those employees who are eligible to retire. It is an incentive for certain employees to retire. The city's intent is to offer it to all eligible employees. Those employees would be age 50 and above with 5 years of service if they are a classic member. If they happen to be a PEPRA member, they are age 52 and above with 5 years of service credit. You'll see in here in the report the timeline. If council approves the ordinance tonight on February 11th, it becomes effective 30 days later, which is March 13th. We already have the list of employees into CalPERS to actually perform the actuarial study. We're anticipating receiving that analysis back in March timeframe. Once we receive it, we will be returning to City Council for City Council's third approval of this item. And at that point, City Council will determine to offer it to the employees, will publish the cost, and the council will set the time period of the retirement window. The retirement window has to be a minimum of 90 days long. and no longer than 180 days. So at that point in March, hopefully in a month, we will make that determination. Council will do that action, and then it will be official that we will offer the retirement incentive to the city staff. With the costing of this, the cost first hits in about 2 years. It will hit in fiscal year 28-29 to the city, and it will be paid off over 5 years, and that's standard CalPERS operating procedure with regard to this 2-year incentive. And with that, I would ask that council approve the resolution of intention to amend the contract and then adopt the ordinance to actually amend the contract with CalPERS. And I am available for any questions.
Okay, I have no public speaker cards. Is there anybody out there who would wish to speak on this item? I see no one, so we will move on to council questions and comments. We'll start with you, Peter.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ron. The only question I really have is, what was the language in particular that was not acceptable to CalPERS that we've edited? Could you give us is that long and involved, or is there a brief summary you can give us?
I contacted CalPERS via telephone and via email once I received their notification that they had rejected our resolution. I have not heard back from them, so I do not know specifically what it is. The words are 97% the same. We did not use whereas, quote unquote, in our resolution that we adopted in January. So the wording is very, I'll call it minor. We use sections instead of whereases. And then the formatting was different. We used our own resolution formatting and style and words. And that's the only thing I can think of that is the difference between the two resolutions.
All right, thank you.
Alicia, do you have any questions or comments?
I don't, thank you.
David, do you have any questions or comments?
Yes, just to confirm for the public that this, if we move forward with it, which I believe is likely, that this will not take effect until 2028 at the earliest, correct?
The city of Calabasas will not be paying for this benefit with dollars until fiscal year 28-29, correct?
Thank you very much. Thanks for the report.
Ed, do you have any questions or comments? No. I don't. I have any questions, but I will say this whole thing proves yet again that CalPERS is a fairly worthless agency, among many others. Not the most worthless, but fairly worthless. Think of how much money was spent piddling over this, whether there's a whereas in the resolution. All right, and with that, I would ask for a motion to adopt the following resolution. That would be a resolution of intention to approve an amendment to contract between the Board of Administration of the California Public Employee Retirement System, or CalPERS, and the City Council of the City of Calabasas.
So moved. And
Kraut, Albrecht?
Mr. Mayor, before we vote on this, I just want to maybe make one more comment.
Yes.
Which is, we had a question come up at our last meeting, what have we done as a city to reduce costs? And just for anybody in the public, want to point out that this program allows city employees to retire now and get 2 years extra credit on their pension. It comes with a couple of hooks. Well, the first thing is that those who retire are generally the older employees who are more highly paid, have been around for a little longer, allowing us the opportunity when we hire to hire people with a little bit less experience and bring that pay scale back down a little bit. But more importantly, the requirement here is that for each position that takes advantage of this, we must keep an open position. So this is not an early retirement for our staff and then us hiring back again. This is a means of reducing our staff. And it's, again, another great example of how the council and the city have worked hard to try to maintain and manage costs here.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion, please state aye.
Aye.
5-0, passes unanimously. There needs to be a second roll call vote, which would be to adopt the following ordinance, waiving the full reading of the text. Ordinance number 2026-421, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Calabasas, California, authorizing an amendment to the contract between the City Council of the City of Calabasas and the Board of Administration of the California Public Employees Retirement System. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
We will now move on to verbal reports. I see no city manager report in here, but we can throw that on there anyway. Is there anything you need to say?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have a few updates if you'd
Okay.
like me to. So those of you watching, you'll notice that Kindon Meek, our city manager, and assistant city manager, Scott Trio, are not with us tonight. They are at Napa. They're with the League of California City Managers Conference. City Manager Meek is actually presenting on crisis communications and emergency preparedness. So we know he's making us proud, and we wish him luck. One item, the Community Wildfire Protection Plan is being developed, and over the past 12 months, we've worked with LA County Fire, MRCA, Calabasas Coalition, and CPHA to make this document that really serves as a framework to help us with our high wildfire risk areas and outline potential projects to make sure that our folks are as safe as possible. So we'll be holding a public meeting on Thursday, February 26th. It'll be virtual. And anyone that's interested, we ask them to go to calabasasfirewise.com. And then finally, the city is happy to announce that we were recently awarded an $850,000 grant through Congresswoman Brownlee's office to complete the final phase of our Green Street projects along Muro Road and Calabasas Road. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was Deputy City Manager Michael McConville. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you properly. Thank you, Michael. Why don't we turn to council verbal reports? Alicia?
Nothing at this time.
David?
Oh, actually, I do have one. Sorry. I'm back on SCAG Transportation Committee as our representative for the COG. So we just had a meeting, and a lot was focused on LA 28 and World Cup and utilizing public transportation. So more to come on how our city can take advantage of that.
Okay, thank you. David?
And congratulations on the reappointment. Maybe. I attended the Valley Economic Alliance Board meeting along with Councilmember Albrecht and others. And I attended SCAG meetings downtown as well for 2 days. The leadership committee, CHD, we talked about housing issues. We talked about a lot of things going forward, including the transportation aspect as well and the regional council level. And there is May 7th and 8th, as we all should have received, an invitation to the General Assembly. All council members are invited to that. And they attended the CPA board meeting, but I'm going to let Ed talk about that because he was voting.
Where's the General Assembly?
General Assembly's in the desert, Palm Desert, at the JW Marriott, 7th and 8th. And it should be very good, especially in light of the coming up things going on with the federal government, talking about transportation. There's also one more thing, the student scholarships, which we have been lucky enough to have a couple winners in our region, in our COG, and in our city over the last couple years, is out now for, those are $4,000 scholarships provided to 10 students all across LA, all 6 counties in Southern California. And those applications are out now, and you can get information from our city, or I provided it as well.
Yeah, I was hoping, Michael, that could go in the e-news. That'd probably be the most effective way to do it, so the most people get it. Thank you, David, for sending it to me.
Thank you.
Ed?
Two quickies. I've got the Valley Economic Alliance coming up in about a week and a half, and also have the Clean Power Alliance Finance Committee, which will be the day after tomorrow, keeping me busy. And good news with that, it looks like our rates are going down to keep close in parity with the SCE, so getting a little bonus for the next couple of months. Hopefully weather will contribute to that and make it even longer. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, and I just have one other, oh, did you not, did I skip you? I'm sorry, Peter. That's right, I started with Alicia. You keep pointing to yourself, and I didn't know why you were doing that. Okay.
I only have one little thing to contribute, and that is that our Assistant City Manager, Scott Trujillo, has been working diligently with Will Dan on our solar initiative. I had the opportunity to meet on Monday with Will Dan to discuss sizing of batteries and how to utilize them for emergency operations, as well as time of day and peak shaving to improve our energy efficiency. There's a lot of compromises to be made there, so we had some robust discussions, and certainly when we have a program to present, you'll be seeing it here at council.
Thank you. I don't have, I don't have any announcements or reports to give. I did, however, want to say, without editorializing too much, because I cannot, that I would like the Public Safety Commission to review a potential ordinance addressing e-bike violations. I know Westlake Village has one that supplemented the state statutes, as things seem to be escalating in problems, and I continue to receive many complaints from residents.
And I would second that, and I meant to add that on my comments, that
Okay.
complaints continue to come in, and the videos and the pictures
Yeah.
of what's happening.
It's
And
pretty outrageous, and so what, Michael, if you could, I think it's best to refer to the Public Safety Commission to just review the Westlake Village one and see if they want to adopt something like that, or maybe look at maybe something the league has provided as guidance, because I think they do have some guidelines of what cities can and can't do with respect to the state statute.
And one thing, if we could add, as part of our direction is to look at like a cost recovery, because property is being damaged. City property, personal property, HOA property.
Personal injury,
Yeah, so.
okay. And with that, I actually think we're done. We don't really have anything else to do, so it's now 7:30. I feel like I'm being cheated here. Anyways, it's 7:30, and we are going to be adjourned until our next meeting. So that will be February 25th of this year. Good night.